education adventures.
And we're privileged today to have a student to interview instead of a staff to hear where they're coming from in all this craziness. And we have Raquel Martinez, our ASB president. Raquel, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
For sure, it's our pleasure. We have both had the honor of having you in class and seeing your passion for being a Wildcat and your passion for your classmates in our school. And so we want to congratulate you on being this year's ASB president, and we're really excited to hear from you today.
So this week, we've been involved in Club Rush as we're recording. And so walk us through, like, as ASB president, you obviously had a different idea of how you wanted to do Club Rush. And how did you guys come about with the virtual stuff? How did it go, you think, this week? Just walk us through that.
Yeah, so the week before, we kind of all just came together, brainstormed, and saw the different ways that we could get everybody involved, especially the club members, the advisors, and most importantly, the freshmen that don't really know like what's going on yet, and help them find just a safe space on campus where they can feel like they have like a little school family, basically. So we definitely decided to make a Canvas page that every student had on their Canvas, and we just linked all the clubs and all of their like information as well as their advisors' emails, all of that. And then we also did make sure that we were reposting as much as we could and posting about Club Rush so that people would know what was going on.
That's cool. So I heard through the grapevine that maybe you guys have been doing some lunchtime kind of activities and things. So what have you guys been working on?
Yeah, so we're working on different lunch activities that are obviously going to be online. So like Kahoots, scavenger hunts, and then there's rumor of a cooking show, maybe.
Cool.
I don't know. Don't take my
All
word for it, but that might be work. Something exciting to look forward to.
That's cool.
That actually sounds really fun. I think you might want to have Mrs. Schmidt come on and if that cookie takes off and do her like somewhat world famous chocolate chip cookies.
There you go.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yes, those are so good.
And also, I had another idea though for maybe a game you guys could try out. Now you got to be careful with it because it involves like people's phones, and you never know what kind of pictures people are taking. But basically, the activity is this: you grab your phone,
okay,
and then
game with Joe
go and grab
time.
your phone, guys. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your phone and you're going to scroll to. Hey, Raquel, what's your favorite like number like for your uniform?
We'll do lucky number 13.
Lucky number 13. Hey, that is the Ellett family number too. So awesome. So scroll to the 13th picture on your phone. You know, obviously make sure it's like appropriate and safe for like family use here. But then we're going to show each other our pictures, and then you're just going to give like a brief little what the heck was going on kind of story, right? So who wants to go first?
Okay, so this is my 13th photo. It's me at the ranch that my dad grew up in Mexico.
Oh,
so basically what's going on here is they were all looking for ants, I think, and like picking out of the floor, and I was just vibing, you know. I decided to capture the moment. I don't know. Yeah, that's basically what was going on.
Cool.
Okay.
What part of Mexico is that?
It's Nayarit. It's one of the coastal states.
Nice.
Oh,
very
right on.
cool. And you went there this summer?
I went there, this summer.
Very cool.
Very good.
That's cool.
All right.
I'm glad you were able to get out and travel during this summer. Like, that's not always
I know.
easy.
Yeah, our big trip was to my parents' house on the other side of the freeway. That's about it. All right, Mr. Paulson, you want to go? What do you got?
All right, so this is my son and a nephew and my brother standing nearby, and they're in a raft at Bass Lake. We went up there a couple weekends ago to help close out a cabin my mom is selling because with my dad being gone and stuff like that, it's too hard for her to maintain and hold on to. So that was really cool. What's scary is with all these fires, like that it's like it was about to be sold and it's still in process, but now they're waiting to see how the fires in the area impact that. Beautiful area, and it's so sad to hear all the tough stuff that's going on because of these wildfires there.
Yep. I know my brother and sister, or my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they live up there right nearby where your mom's cabin's at, and they had to get evacuated pretty darn quickly lighthearted stuff. So the very Friday of actual classes and stuff, I had to go to the dentist.
Oh my gosh.
This is I didn't really know what's going on there, but I had to get a root canal.
Oh.
That was great. It was surprisingly not painful at all, but it was a weird deal. And that blue thing in my mouth, I don't even know, but that's somehow like a drool guard, or I don't know.
It looks like a sports cone. You know, the ones you put on the floor to like do drills.
Right on. But cool story on this though. The assistant, the dental assistant that was in there helping with the root canal, after a little bit, she's like, "Do you work at Paloma Valley?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was telling her about teaching stats, and I didn't get to teach her stats. It was Mr. Twyman back when he was here and teaching the class. But anyway, so we had a little reminisce, class of 2012, cool. Go Wildcats moment. It was really cool. So
I'll say, Joe, with those glasses and that big blue cone thing, you kind of look like a cartoon character. I can't quite place which cartoon character, but you look like a cartoon.
That's okay. Another former Wildcat used to call me a Muppet. So
nice. I can see that.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Speaking of our Wildcats, Raquel, how is the vibe of like the different students you're trying to serve through these different clubs, or your sister, your friends, like the different students you're in contact with? How are they feeling during this shutdown? Like, what are you sensing?
Yeah, I definitely think it's something that we all need to adjust to. Mm-hmm. It's kind of right now just a lot of uncertainty between like teachers and students. We just have to make sure that we're communicating. It really does, like with online school, it feels like we are missing so much stuff, but we all have everything done. It just feels like super odd. It's just something to get used to. Definitely my friends, we're all just kind of just hoping that we go back in the fall, in the spring. But yeah.
So would you say FOMO is something that everybody's really struggling with? Like they're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm an old man. What's FOMO?
FOMO is basically just like the fear of missing out.
Oh, yeah, okay. I have heard that. I just haven't like filed it in.
Yeah. But are you able to? You're usually a pretty positive, upbeat person, Raquel. How do you maintain that positivity during this kind of, uncertainty, as you called it?
It was hard at first. I know my mom really had to help me like get in the right mind space. So I was like, it's my senior year. Like we're just online for the first half. But she definitely was like, just keep your head up. Make sure that you're staying positive to help your friends stay positive. And just as president, she was like, you need to keep everybody's spirits high. Yeah. So right now I'm just looking forward, being optimistic to the spring and all the stuff we will do once we get back into school. And that's just kind of like keeping me about right now.
Yeah. So life lesson, listen to mamas. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks for is there anything that you think as teachers should be aware of? Like, we kind of know Joe has kids who are students in Paloma, but like what from your perspective, what is something you think us teachers should know?
It's something to get used to for everybody, and I know teachers are doing the best that they can with the whole online thing. I just think like everybody just needs to cut everybody some slack. Like the teachers need to cut students, and the students need to cut teachers for sure.
Right.
So I just think we just need to be understanding of each other, and like especially right now with the heat wave and the smoke and the fires, like blackouts.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. But everybody's doing the best they can right now. So just keep doing a good job, I guess.
Yeah. No, that's good. Thank you.
I know that idea of cutting each other slack is Miss Tomasian told us that's our principal. Like from the beginning, she's like, we have to have grace and flexibility this year for ourselves, for our students, for one another. And I think for the most part, people are doing that. But I know we all get kind of stuck sometimes in ruts, or we forget all the craziness that's going on. Like I was sharing with Mr. Paulson that the last 3 days, all of my classes, my video just will freeze up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to speak, and then the kids are like, yeah, we couldn't hear any of that. So I'm like, okay, I'll see you guys next time. Like, go do the work I posted online. And it feels awful those days. You're like, I want to be with the students. And anyway, but it's like, say, it's okay. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be better.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. Like, tomorrow will be better.
Yeah, my grace and flexibility for my tech is kind of waning a little thin. I'll say that.
Right?
And you don't want it to come out on the students or on either your colleague or your family at home, but yeah.
Hey, so I know I have one more question I wanted to ask you, which is kind of like, not to put pressure on you, and if you don't have the answer for this, it's okay, and that's the same for all of you student Wildcats who might watch this video for this question. Do you have like kind of like your initial plan for after this year as a senior? What are you looking forward to after this year ends?
Well, definitely right now it's just stress and anxiety because of college applications and all that stuff. I don't know what soccer is going to do for me either. So we're just kind of taking it day by day. But I'm looking to go, hopefully, if I get into San Diego State and
Cool.
just do undergrad there and then live with my grandma for a little bit and just try and stay positive and do the best that I can. But if not, then I am also considering 2 years at MSJC just to get my general ed done.
Cool.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm going to do biology and then go to dental school to be an orthodontist.
Nice.
Cool. Right on. So you can put one of those weird things in my mouth when you my dental issues.
That's right.
Yeah.
So one of the questions we asked to kind of get to know our guest Raquel is like, obviously a lot of them already have careers. Like, what other career? So let's twist that for you. Like, if you couldn't be a dentist, what would be the other dream career? Don't worry about like possibilities or what would be the other dream career for you?
I feel like it fluctuates a lot between like an athlete or like a performer, but
Okay.
definitely I think an athlete for sure.
Okay. Professional soccer player?
Yeah, like an Olympian or a runner even. The possibilities are endless.
Very cool.
Right.
Another question we like to ask our guests is, what is something that you expected to have in 2020 that we don't? You know, that number just seems kind of big, and obviously it's been a weird year, but what is something you expected to have?
This is going to be super like, whoa, but definitely equality between everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Just especially with all the movements going on, I feel like it should have been, it's overdue for sure. So just.
Right. That's quite a bit different take than we've had from our other ones. Usually it's like techie or whatever, but that's cool. I mean, that's, like you're thinking big picture of life, making things for everybody.
That's good. Just great. And then what's something that you're reading, watching, you know, whether on Netflix or whatever, you listen to, maybe you're into podcasts or I don't know, but what is something that you find inspiring or fun that you're into lately? What are some tips we can have?
I've been doing a lot of just listening to music.
Uh-huh.
Really, I've been listening to a lot of music, but also I'm really into makeup.
Okay.
So whenever I like feel stressed or like I'm just like bored, I'll go to the bathroom and just like do my makeup for like 2 hours and like put on a movie. A lot of Disney, which is embarrassing to say, but I do watch a lot of Disney movies.
So what's your jam then, Raquel? If you listen to a lot of music, like what's your go-to song or album right now?
Right now, I've been listening to a lot of just like regional Mexican music.
Okay.
But besides that, I listen to like a lot of just indie. Okay. So whatever it just shuffles on my playlist, but a lot of R&B as well.
So I reintroduced myself to Creedence Clearwater Revival yesterday. We were driving home. We go to the beach usually on Thursdays. And on the way home, I don't know, my wife put on something. It was too mellow. I'm like, give me something rock and rollish. Find me some old school Clearwater. Nice. And I was like, oh, this is damn, I forgot. I hadn't listened in a couple of years at least. So
nice. I'm a bit of a Motown person lately. All right. Well, Raquel, thank you for making time for us in your busy schedule between Jamba Juice and school and soccer and family. I love how you draw a lot of strength and encouragement from your family. You just can see that in how you relate and stuff. And so I think that's a good reminder in this time for us to remember family is important and a source of strength, you know, not necessarily a source of stress like some people tend to paint it as.
Thank you.
So on this crazy adventure,
let's keep learning.
Bye.
Bye, guys.